Right, hopefully the stream should be starting again. Again, you can see it just takes that few seconds to refresh over on this other screen. So I've got again about 45 minutes to an hour to play in the 2020 Autumn Marathon again here on lichess. You see, I've played 11 games so far. Where am I? I'm around here somewhere with it. 11 games so far, 8 wins and 3 losses. So I'm going to play another 10 games or so now. Then hopefully I'll be back after another break a little bit later in the day again. 15:44, good luck. Just bump that sound up a little so I can hear these moves. You can see you get 20 seconds to make your first move. 42,000 games, that's a lot of games. Okay, he does move, so knight f6, d5. Let's go c5. Okay. I think I'll actually push there. I wouldn't normally I would take, but let's push and queen up. Right, knight up. Actually, I'm going to go up just so I get the option to develop. And maybe knight forward. I'll probably just bishop up and prepare the castle. He can just drop his queen back here. There's no serious threat. So let's just play up. Wow, he goes forward. Okay, I'm actually going to let him trade there. Oh, he just pushes. Okay. I've got the option of knight across, or I can take. Knight over, takes. Yeah, let's play knight across, hit the bishop. If he takes, I can take, or take. Probably take back and hit the knight. He goes back. And I'm just going to castle there, I think. So he pushes on. Let's play rook across and prepare to go forward, I guess. I'm going to try and break it open. There is a discovery on my knight, but not to worry. If it gets messy, it gets messy. Oh, I'll hit the knight there. If he takes, I'm going to take with the bishop. Oh, he just grabs the pawn. Okay, well now I can take the knight, right? I think he's made a mistake there. I think he just forgot the knight was being hit. Of course, if he now takes, I can just take back with the bishop. Or I can maybe take here. Yeah, let's just take and get the rook centralised. Hold on, I could go on the c square because he's got the dark bishop there. If he castles, his bishop walks into a pin. If he goes this way, I've maybe then got knight across. Oh, he just plays across anyhow. Okay. I guess I can take. I can just take there anyway because of the pin. What do I want to take with? Let's go with the knight. Because the pawn can't take because of the pin. So now he castles. So let's go across and hit the pawn. Obviously we're hitting a rook as well here. So he plays rook across. Just take the pawn then. That weakens another pawn. Try and get the queen up and across maybe. Again, you've just got to be careful about allowing moves like this and blundering a silly checkmate, of course. It's all you've got to really worry about. Now rook across, he's got bishop down maybe. I've got queen over, I can just take the bishop. Might be safer just to take the bishop there. Yeah, I'm going to do that. Let's just take the bishop and... No, maybe not queen across. Where do I want the queen to go? I'd like the queen here. How do I get it there? I'm going to play queen up. I'm just trying to find a way to get the queen across, but I don't really want to trade it. He plays up. Okay. Oh, that's on the wrong square. What am I doing? Let's go back. I might just push the pawn here, break this up. Give the king a square. He just got to make a move or he'll flag himself. Plays across, so I'll take and maybe knight back. I could play bishop up. Actually, let's just play queen across because he's very low on time. Goes back. Okay, pawn up. The rook down is covered. He goes across. Okay, I'm going to drop back, prepare to take. Potentially. Again, he's so low on the clock I can risk doing that. It's a good win in the end, but he played a good game for his level. Well done. 1-5-8-2. Good luck. Okay, let's just take. Okay. Let's just play up. I'm tempting him to play this and then I can maybe throw in a check. Well, I can kind of go up anyway now. I will. He should really drop back. He doesn't, so I've got knight up. Hit the bishop, hit the knight. There's not actually a threat to really win anything yet. Just get rid of that bishop. And pawn up. Bishop up and trade. I could drop back. He just comes forward. Okay, I'll castle then. Oh, he takes. Okay. So we're going to drop back and try and push through the middle. Again, just maybe centralise the rooks, but I could push here. Do I want to do that? I'm not sure I do. Play a rook across, maybe push. He goes back, so rook across. Bishop back and then pawn up maybe. Offers the queen trade. Well, I'll do that because it'll isolate a pawn. Makes it maybe a little tricky to win, but... Let's go forward. I'm going to try and bring the king up here. So it's not easy to imminently break through. If I take, he wants to push, but I can play f5 first, so I think I will. I'll push up first and then go after the pawn. He comes up. Now, do I risk it? Trade everything, double these pawns? I think I will. Now I've got this nice passed pawn. Can I use it? Okay, let's push. If he comes down, I can run this way, I think. Well, as I come across. But I can't really stop this. I've kind of made a mistake here, I think. Oh, he just allows me to push though. Let's push this pawn. Get rid of my outside weak pawn. Support the structure and now go across and collect this side. Now I can push up here and he can't defend this pawn. Well, now he can go up. Only for a move though. Okay, he goes the other way. Let's take and hit this one. Okay, I can take. Let's just drop back and hit the pawn immediately. So now rook across cuts his king off from coming to defend. So his king can't go that way or that way. I can just now edge forward. I just push forward, keep him tied back. Just king up and pawn up. Plays across. Okay, just push again and then queen next move. Just drop back, he's got no obvious check. If he checks, I can safely take. He's got a square, there's no stalemate. So take. So check and mate next move. Excellent, good win. Again, he played well for his rating though, well done. Wow, 327 points at the top. 1568, good luck. You can see my opponent is streaming. That means he'll be on either Twitch or YouTube. I stream on Facebook, but it's not currently integrated into lichess, which is why it's not listing me there. 6,000 games should be an established rating. He takes, I'll take. Queen across and then back at some point. Let's just play knight up. Bishop up and pawn up. Right, now drop the queen back and then maybe bishop up. One or the other of these. Oh! Well, that's a blunder, surely. I think he's just given me a free pawn. Am I blundering something? I think I take this way to stop this. And bishop up here, maybe bishop back. Yeah, just bishop up. He comes up. Okay, well, bishop up again. Then I'm just looking out that if he plays rook across, I've got to move to castle. If he comes down, I can hit the bishop, I think, or I can play knight up, prepare to castle. Plenty of options. Plays knight forward. Okay, that's a good move. If I take, he takes back with a check. So I can take this bishop though. Where do I want to go? I'm just going to drop the bishop back, I think. I want to castle kingside if I can. Bishop up, I've got a move to take. Okay, take, so I take. Again, if bishop up I take, and if he checks I can just drop the bishop back. He comes forward. So let's kick the knight and then just castle. Might get castled. Now I can try and expand a little bit, so don't blunder the bishop away. Let's hit the rook. Now hit the knight. Then hit the next knight and then bring the knight in maybe. Okay, hits the queen. So just drop back, pressure the knight. We're going to push up maybe next move. Comes forward. Well, obviously I can just take the pawn, but I'm not going to. I'm going to kick this knight. So now I can push up and threaten to split these. I can push up here. That was my intended earlier move. That's the one I want to play. Then I've got the option for knight forward. I can just grab the pawn. Might be worth doing. Knight in. Where does he go? No, let's just take the pawn. Ooh, I wonder if he didn't see that I was defending that there. He might not have realised that. Okay, let's play a pawn up. Just stop the knights jumping in here quickly. Bishop up. Let's rook up. Maybe knight across. Ooh, well that allows knight to go in. If he doesn't trade, there's a check threat. If he does, I get a check. So now, knight up threatens to come in. So I can just simplify again, take a piece off. Okay, I don't have to take until he actually moves his king out the way. He can't go there because I just get a free piece. Otherwise I'm threatening rook up and across. Okay, it's still pinned, so rook up and across. So rook across, just threatening to win a piece. Take it with the knight though, threaten a discovered check. Okay, so take. Let's go with the knight. So again, his rook is pinned, so I'm threatening rook across. So rook up. So just threatening to simply take the rook next move. Plays back, so just take. Okay, that's a good win, but he played again pretty well for his rating level. Well done. 36 points, but the lead is 300 and odd. Okay, a lot of title players playing in this, but I'm never going to play enough hours in this to get any sort of like a decent finish. So I'm just playing Beedley in spells of 1 hour at a time. So 1807, good luck. It's obviously higher rated, so it'll be a little bit more difficult this game. E3. Oh, it just pushes. I think that's a mistake. I think queen up. Okay, that's definitely not correct. I think knight over, hit the bishop, hit the pawn. Just take. Take. He has got c5, but I think I have queen up. I'm sure this is correct. I might be wrong. Might be wrong. Let's take. Right, complete development. Queen can maybe drop back. I don't mind if he takes the bishop there. It's actually maybe this pawn is the problem. Let's just castle, see if he takes. If he does, it solidifies my centre structure. Right, so I need the queen back. So drop right back again. If he takes, I'll probably go with the pawn. Give myself a nice big centre structure, and then pawn up, and it's really solid. So pawn up. Okay, hit the queen, hit the pawn. Okay, I'll take the pawn, and that wins the queen. Okay, a little bit unlucky there. He played pretty well there, didn't he? Well done. One, two, three. What's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, 10 wins in a row. Very, very rare at my level. Right, 1629. Good luck. That little symbol next to us means that we actually give a voluntary donation to lichess. I give them $1 per month. That's what that little symbol there is. So it means my opponent does as well. Oops. Okay, nearly 1,000 games. Should be an established rating by now. Let's just play up. You're supposed to actually take here, because otherwise it allows this. Careless of me there. I might drop the bishop back if he plays it. I could play queen up, but... play pawn up. Just stop the check. Where to go? Let's play knight up. It's very, very easy to blunder this in some of these lines. To play bishop up first on autopilot, where you've got to watch out for queen over. Oh, that's a mistake, surely. Surely that's a mistake. Let's queen up. There's a pin. Goes back. So just take the bishop. He has got an outside pass pawn though, so it's not a formality. Let's play up and maybe pin the... oh, definitely pin the knight there. he should go this way. Well, now he's gone that way. I've got knight in and it's still pinned. Okay. So queen up, just take. Let's just trade everything. There isn't another pin there, so just get castled, rook across. Oh, see, this outside pass pawn is the only real threat now, or it should be. Threaten to push. He hits the rook. I can still push here though. Then threaten bishop up. So still a threat. As long as I don't blunder, I should be winning. But everybody blunders now and again. So bishop up. If he takes, I can still take. Yeah, I think bishop up looks correct. If he takes the rook and I take the queen, he has a back rank mate though, so I have to take the rook. He goes back. Oh, now I can take this way. Can I take? He still gets a back rank mate, which means you take there first. Now I'm safe to take. Now, is there a repetition? Maybe. Let's just drop the rook back. I don't want to give him a back rank repetition. Oh, that's a free pawn. We hit this one if he wanders forward. So check, he's got a square, so check. Yeah, just rook across looks okay. Threaten checkmate. Or mate in two, he can technically block, but check up. Okay, push the pawn, so there's no back rank mate threat, just push again. Okay, so now I'll go forward. Comes up. So check. He might be looking for a repetition, but the light square doesn't have one, I don't think. Let's take. Let's play down, hit the pawn. If he pushes, I can probably push here. And a check. Yeah, that's what he's gone for. Have I blundered a repetition? Let's hope not. Oh, I might have done. Oh my goodness. No, I don't think I have. I don't think I have. No, I don't think he can defend it, can he? Just check and mate with a pawn. Very good, very good. But again, he played a decent game for his level. Well done. So I've got another half hour or so left in this little session I'm playing. Then I'll be taking a break, have something to eat. Then I'll probably be back about an hour after that and do another hour. Like 18:15, good luck. 800 games, so should be an established rating. Let's just play up. Okay. I think I'll just push up there. He plays up. Let's pin the knight. Castles. Yeah, I'll castle as well. I'll let him take. He plays up. Let's just play up. Again, I am aware I tend to be a little bit slow in some of these games. I'm going to drop back now. I don't want to trade there. Oh, no, I think I can just grab the pawn there. Oh, he's blundered the queen. Oh, that's a terrible blunder. He just forgot all about it. I say everybody blunders in blitz and bullet and, well, any form of chess, don't they? It happens to everybody. It's just a case of when and how badly. See, I've lost to a couple of 1700s already earlier on. 2-180, good luck. Now this is a big step up rating wise, of course. Okay, knight up. Oh, is he going for a centre storm, maybe? Oh, that's a bit unusual. What's he trying to do? I'm just wasting a move there. He kind of has to push in the middle. So I'll just take. I can't just drop back though because I'll lose it. So play up, threaten a check. Knight in. Okay, let's take and pin. I think I can take and check here. So I've just got to avoid blundering a checkmate. He plays up and hits the knight. It's the bishop. Okay, I might as well play there because I don't see out better, but he's got queen up threatening mate and the bishop, so I can't keep them pieces. Keep the bishop or the knight. Let's drop the bishop back in castle. Okay, comes forward. Let's hit the bishop. Actually, let's put the bishop in the middle here. He can come down and I can drop back, so I might have wasted a move. He does. I just need to try and get my rook into play. Now, which one do I do here? Let's push. I could play e5, but then it means my f-pawn can't really advance. Okay, he's kind of pushed me into it, I'll have to. But now I'm threatening to take and open the file up. I've got queen coming up. Looks very strong. If he pushes, I just take. Okay, let's play queen up. Threaten to simply take the pawn. He pushes. So now I'll take here and get the rook forward. Let's hit the bishop. Okay. So queen up. Let's bring the rook in over. I've just got to make sure I don't wander off and blunder a checkmate here. Maybe queen up and just trade, give a pawn away might be worth it. Okay, let's play rook down, hit the pawns. He can't play rook across. Hold on, I can take or take. Let's go this way. He takes, so I guess I take with the pawn. Can't take that way, I blunder checkmate. Yeah, let's take and take maybe. No, rook up is a big threat. He's threatening queen check, but I can just drop back, so rook up, threaten checkmate. Check, I just drop back, or check the same way. I could actually block with a tempo here. I'm threatening mate, how does he defend it? Queen check, rook up. I think that's the better move. I might be wrong. If he checks, I just block and there's a hit on the queen and a mate threat. If queen back and maybe rook across, he doesn't have a queen check here. He's doing the right thing though, he's using time, there's no point just making a move if you're not sure what to do. Yeah, he does that, so I thought I could play across here. Okay, now you just take. Oh, that's a check. Excellent, very good, very good. So what's that, 12 wins in a row? Something like that. Very, very rare indeed at my level. 13 wins in a row, wow. Okay, 1751, good luck. Let's go c4, g3. He takes. Okay, let's check. Knight up. Let's go forward. Okay, let's push. Just trying to gain some center space. I might make this my final game in this little session because I'll be going to have a dinner break shortly, but then I'll be back a little bit later on. I guess I've got bishop up. He's looking maybe knight in, maybe pawn up then. Let's play pawn up. Just develop the bishop. He's always got a move like this and kicks it back, but then I can drop back and his knight's a little bit misplaced. Ooh. Excuse me, let's take that. If knight takes, I can grab the pawn, I think. Have I just blundered this? So I have. And he sees it. Well done. Okay, we could be losing this one. Just drop the queen back, go nice and solid. I have got a pawn for the exchange though, so still a good position. Knight up and maybe look to come in and get rid of the bishop. Rook down. Okay. Let's get rid of that bishop first. Right, rook across so I can move the bishop. If he takes, I've got to take. Playing extremely well, isn't he? Though he's doing really, really well. Very careless of me blundering that exchange. So it's whether my extra pawn counts or counts for nothing. Now I could actually pin his knight here. Trade the rook. Then he's going to have to kick the bishop. Otherwise I get a pin on his knight. So he doesn't take. I can take and push. I think I'll just drop back though, look to take. I'm going to try and create a passed pawn at some point. It's the only potential I've got. Oh, he's given me it. Wow. He's given me a passed pawn. So queen down. I've got to defend it. If he checks, I can block. But I have to defend that pawn. Otherwise, I want to play h3 if I can and give the king a square. Not easy at all, this. Very difficult. If he gets his rook active before I can push the pawn, then it's just finished. Not really anything I can do. That's exactly what he's doing, so let's play up and give the king a square. Got no option. Oh, he hits the queen. Okay, let's drop back then and maybe go forward. Okay, I can just pin that. If he takes, I can take. Again, if he takes, I think I can just simply take. And I'm threatening to push my pawn now. Oh, he wants the trade. Now, can I afford to? Can I afford not to? I've got time. Takes, takes. You know, let's just not worry about it. Let's get the bishop and the king active. Right, kick that rook. knight down and blunders bishop up. Bishop up anywhere. I'm going to try and push and storm the pawns. I should be winning now. Let's hit the knight. Okay, he's got rook up, but I'm going to trade. Right, now chuck the pawn forward. Yeah, a little bit lucky with that one, wasn't I? Okay, I might stop there then. But I've done extremely well there. I've won every game I've played in that session. I played 11 games until that one, and in that one, 6, 7, 8 games and 8 wins. So what's that, 14 wins in a row? Very, very good at my level, 14 wins in a row. So that'll be it for this little session, and I'll be back in probably another hour or two's time. So thank you very much to anybody that has seen any of this.